So today I'm talking about The Story of Stuff, which is by Annie Leonard. And this is the book. So she's the author of the book, and she is also the creator of the internet film The Story of Stuff. And she's also an expert in international sustainable ability and environmental issues. So Cynthia had the 4 chapters before me. So I started in the chapter 4, which is talks about consumption. And so she tells that consumption is we are acquiring and using our needs to meet someone else's. And consumerism is we buy stuff to make ourselves more happy. And there is also overconsumption, which is when we buy stuff more than we actually need. So we are just filling our cupboards and our drawers in our homes. She is talking about unhappy people, unhappy nation, and unhappy planet. And she says that the last thing that was recorded in 1957 was when America was the most happy, when 35% were saying that they were telling that they were very happy in that period of time. And since then, the car debts, the obesity has gone way up. And since 1945, there have been 10 times more clinical depressions. And the number of antidepressants have tripled between 1994 and 2004. She introduces advertising in this chapter, saying that it makes us think that we need more stuff than we actually need. And so we buy more and more stuff to maybe make us feel happy, even though when we buy something we are happy just for that minute or 5, but then that feeling goes away really fast. And then she quotes the psychologist, which said that materialism actually makes us unhappy because stuff like that can make us happy, because all we need is family and love. Then she introduces the construction of consumerism, and she speaks about the differences in America and in Europe. And she says that if you go to Europe, you can see the cafes where you can just sit and talk about politics and art, while in America you cannot, because they're very busy and they are hardworking. And there was also a chart in the book, that a graphic that says that America works the most through the year. And there are 2 tricks to the consumption. There is the planned obsolescence, which is also said that is designed for them, because everything that we buy is meant for the garbage, because we don't use that much. And advertising, if you look just America, there are $300 billion that are spent just in America for the ads. As I said, they just want to make us buy more and more stuff that we don't need. So she speaks about consumers and citizens, and she says that every one of us has 2 parts of ourselves. The first is the consumers, the consumer part of our body, which has been introduced since the day we were born, which we were bombarded with these messages that we need to buy and buy stuff. And so we become consumers the day we were born, so day 1. And so that makes us feel that we have to compare ourselves to other people, and we compare our houses, our homes, our cars, our fashion, the food we eat, the water we drink, so basically everything. And that's why we try to buy new stuff, thinking that we maybe will be better than somebody else, which is not a good thing. That's what I think. And she also says that we are experts in consuming, because we basically know how and when to get the best deals on clothes, on food, on everything we need. So there are 3 reasons to reactivate our inner citizens. She says that if you are a part of a healthy community that can make us feel happier and healthier, she says that also we help the planet. And if we use our citizen muscle, it's better for us and for the environment we are living in. So then she talks about equalizing consumption, and she was talking about the rich and the poor, and she says that the 20% of the world is the most richest, which is consuming almost 80% of the world's consumption, while the world middle is 60%, which is consuming just 22%. And the world's poorest, which is another 20%, consumes only 1% of the world's consumption, which is a very big difference. And then she also talks about hunger, and she says that this is actually the first time that there are over 1 billion people who are living in serious danger in hunger because they eat less than 800 calories a day, which is not really healthy for their body. And the last step after the production, the consumption, is disposal. And so what exactly do we do with the stuff that we buy? Because there is not enough place in our houses. So there is a lot of waste at the end of the day. And only in America each person throws away 2 kilos of garbage every day. But so it can be thrown everywhere, but the best solution is to be thrown in landfills, which are big holes in the soil. And but instead of landfills, there can actually be the garbage can be burned and then thrown into these holes. But this is not good. This is, I think, worse than actually just throwing them, because they produce toxins, which, when they produce it, they become super toxins like dioxin, which are the worst toxins that can pollute our environment. And during this process, it can pollute our air, our land, our climate. It changes everything. And they are really dangerous for our health and everything. So one of the solutions is recycling. So everyone should do some. So reduce, reuse, and recycle, which is a good solution, but it does not solve anything because we maybe recycle 1 trash can a day, but as that is recycled, there is 10 times more that is being made. So there are more and more ways that we can just throw away because it's just there, and that's in the world we live. So I think that we all should kind of help our planet, because if we don't, there are more people that's going to be poor. The rich people don't really help because they just think about themselves. And so yeah, I think that we should care about where we live.